The seating capacity is 65,000 at Ford Field, and we are right around that number today. A good crowd on hand and seemingly ready to go in the Motor City. Both teams emerging from the Ford Field tunnels just a short time ago. And, of course, the loudest cheers were reserved for the hometown Lions. They're set to go as they will match up with the Minnesota Vikings. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Here's Carter now on the return. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. On play action, now Brady. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Brady now on 1st down. And complete. Gresham. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. And early on, they're picking up right where they left off last week.
And I know a lot of coaches say each game is its own. You don't really have carryover. This feels like carryover. So much confidence from the previous game that they're using to their advantage now.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 right at the 40. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
Brought down back at the 43-yard line.
They fake the handoff. Now Brady. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. Now keep in mind, they did have 3 interceptions last week. Couldn't quite come up with a first quarter pick that time.
But they had to like what they saw in terms of reacting when the ball is thrown. We had an expression when I played. It was called break on it. Every time the quarterback puts the ball in the air, break on the football. Go make a play and accumulate those interceptions.
Former defensive back. You remember those 3 interception games. It can be contagious, give you a little momentum.
They really can, and it doesn't matter whether it's one person or if you spread them across your entire defense, everybody wants a piece of that pie.
Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. Seibert's kick is good. And the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was hoping for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. They'll check that down to Nwangu out of the backfield. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Well, they'll use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
At the 31-yard line.
2nd and 4. A first carry here for wk6. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. Now, this defense for the Lions, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Drops this off with wk6. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want them to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the first down there, help them relax a little bit.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Open man is Denzel Mims. And he is able to take this way down into Detroit territory. It's a big one there for the Vikings.
Oftentimes now offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air. Nice chunk of yardage there. And then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
They'll look to throw here. Flush to his right. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, he strung it out as far as he could, and I like the fact that he kept his eyes downfield, but he finally ran out of time and room. But I'll take that over forcing it downfield and possibly having it intercepted.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Quick hitter here, it's complete. They stopped short, down at the 1. Had the great move, but couldn't get it all the way home. They'll look to run with wk6. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. wk6, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes it a 7-3 lead.
Vikings 7, Lions 3.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Here's Carter now on the return. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help. And
they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed. But they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Here's a handoff to Swift. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
2nd and 8 coming up. Now a play fake. Brady. To the right side and complete to Jefferson. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
That's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 2.
Shotgun now for Brady. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 28. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Play action, now it's Brady. This one complete to Gresham. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They'll run right here with Swift. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
At the 16-yard line. 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
On play action, it's Brady. Escaping the pressure right. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. Throwing now is Brady. They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Picked off at the 11, and he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. No doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Coming up on 2nd and 7. He'll look to throw. That'll be complete to the running back, Nwangu. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3 and out and giving the ball back to their offense?
They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, But he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Flushed out right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From midfield, here's Brady. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Daniil Hunter, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. To throw is Brady. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good for the Lions.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. That's complete to his running back, Jefferson. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
At the 26-yard line.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Brady. And this is caught at the 8. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. From the gun, it's Brady. And he's got it. And in for the Lions touchdown. Calvin Ridley, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions are going to jump back in front. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And the lead is now 10-7.
Lions 10, Vikings 7.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And we'll see how they want to play this. Just a little over 20 seconds to go. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. He'll air this one out for Mims. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Certainly no lack of aggressiveness here. They were hoping for the home run play to get them 6 points. They're hoping for a catch, maybe a call. But they figure they can at least get into field goal range with a completion.
Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. They'll let this go deep for Sutton. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Scramble drill there, partner. Some teams have some pretty good rules for it. Others are just saying make sure you work your way back into the sight lines of your quarterback, even if you take the play deep. And that's what they attempted to do on that one, unable to connect.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. He'll air this one out for Mims. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've reached halftime here in Detroit with the Lions out on top. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Final adjustments being made in both locker rooms. They are just about set to get back to football in Detroit. And for the call of the second half, we'll kick it back up to Ford Field and Brandon Guy.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air. Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. That catch good for only a couple.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up fourth down. The Vikings send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. Seven yards on the punt with no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Yeah, Brady's throw there, incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Brady. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch, I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
On first down, Brady. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another 13 yards there twice in a row, and they're on the move. Another first down as well.
First down. First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
On the handoff, this is Swift. Strong running at the 30. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
On second down, a run with Carter. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. Jonah Jackson, former third-round pick, the guilty party. Now Brady. Complete. Jefferson to target. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up a third down.
Makes it third.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. And he gets this one to Ridley, complete. And he is going to have the Lions first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
Lions first down. First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
They fake the handoff. Now Brady. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Justin Jefferson, his second touchdown on the season. And the Lions add on to their lead. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Now we've got movement up front. And I think this is going to be on Minnesota. And that'll set them back 5. He'll look to throw. They'll check that down to Nwangu out of the backfield. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A gain of 8 there on the play. And it'll bring up a second down.
At the 39-yard line.
Handoff here to Nwangu.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On play action, they'll throw. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
And the passing windows are just not there. And that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now.
All right, rifles one, that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off near the 29.
Well, he's got one of the strongest arms in the league. Some people may say the strongest, but that can also have a downside occasionally, and here he's intercepted.
Yeah, when we talk about strong arms, being able to throw it deep downfield doesn't necessarily take the strongest. It takes more of the timing type of a quarterback. And it's great to be able to take your shot, but when it hangs up there just a bit too long, you put it in jeopardy. And in this case, it was intercepted.
Now we've got movement up front, and I think this is going to be on Minnesota. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Now back to throw. And this is incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Ezra Cleveland, the guard, called for the penalty there.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? They'll look to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the 4th. Back to throw now on 1st down. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
2nd and 10.
Back to throw again. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
They'll look to throw again. Flushed out right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. But the passing game right now for them, not overly impressive. Last week he hit on right at 50%. This week he's under 50%.
And it's not just on him. Protection, a few breakdowns along the way. That's made him get off the spot. Receivers not getting their way open downfield. The coverage has been awfully tight. They've got to all get together and find ways to make this passing game get in gear.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Vikings unable to convert here on fourth. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Levi Onwuzurike coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Brady now to throw.
He'll get this off to Swift.
Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive. It just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in the bunch. I mean, we talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
Throwing now is Brady.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick 6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
And down he goes. A coverage sack. Took too long to get rid of it. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Here's Brady to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Danielle Hunter in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This will be a 34-yard attempt. Seibert able to knock this one through, and that will open the lead up now to 20-7.
So that not just important in the fact that it widens their lead, but really that was a textbook job of just hanging on to the football.
And we know all the time that coaches talk about time of possession. Sometimes it's a stat that doesn't matter much, but in this drive, it matters a lot. They want to reduce time and score points and lock this game down.
At their own 27-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game, and sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. Pressure comes, and down he goes. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. They're going to look to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Will Harris. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Swift. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. DeAndre Swift, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Brady will look to throw for it. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Darren Lee picks it. And the Vikings are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
Well, as most teams do in their 2-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you got a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case there, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
Drops this off with Nwangu.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down.
Back to throw here. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there. Forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Obi Melifonwu. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Brady going to look to throw. Buying time to his left. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Another try after the 1st down sack. Brady. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions.